Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been almost a year since I uploaded my last video, and it's kind of embarrassing to say this because I'm basically saying hi to like the two of you who are watching me. But there's something about this time of the year. Right now it's February, we're reaching the end of February, and we're doing this weird, awkward transition into the springtime. There's something about this transition into spring every year that makes me feel like I need to do a little bit more with my life. Spring carries with it a lot of expectations, and the mood has just been really weird in my life right now. But speaking of transition into spring, I figured it would be the perfect time to talk about some of my current favorite, current favorite fragrances that I'm currently rotating in this weird transition into spring. I have one fragrance that I'm going to talk about in this video that is particularly perfect for this awkward time of the year. And that fragrance is Gucci Pour Homme number 2. I'm not sure if it's actually limited edition because apparently you can find it if you search hard enough online, or maybe it's just a special edition that they're not releasing big batches of, which is such a shame because it smells absolutely divine. There's this weird tea note in there that I cannot get enough of. I thought it was jasmine tea at first, but when I read the notes, it was actually black tea. But regardless, it's some type of tea. So this fragrance is not a beast. This is a word that fragrance reviewers love to use in this community. It's not a beast in terms of projection. However, it does very well in close rooms. Like if you were to spray this and step into an elevator, you'll definitely get noticed, and you'll definitely get compliments because it's such a universal smell that everyone can relate to. Everyone knows what tea smells like. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me read you, and I hate doing this, but let me read you some of the notes, and then we'll get into what it actually smells like if you wear this day to day. So apparently the top notes are bergamot, violet leaves, and then it goes into pimento, black tea, and cinnamon, and that's where this fragrance does its magic. And then the base notes are tobacco leaves, musk, myrrh, and olive wood. So none of that really does anything for me, as you know. I'm not a professional fragrance reviewer, so I don't care for a lot of that. What excites me is that black tea and cinnamon are in here, two of my favorite things, and they actually do come through. Because you know, with a lot of fragrances, they'll name all sorts of weird stuff that are in the notes. You know, like toilet water, black tar, sweat, and because that's where the fragrance community is heading. Everyone's trying to do something weird and almost gross. The black tea and the cinnamon in this fragrance you can actually smell, and it smells very, very comforting. It's fresh enough for you to wear it into the spring, into the summer, but the cinnamon makes it warm enough for you to definitely get compliment in the winter. In terms of longevity, you definitely have to bring this fragrance along with you if you're going out for a long period of time. It definitely fades away, and this is the disappointing part. It fades away after about 4 hours. It's not a beast fragrance, so you are going to have to spray it more than just 2 times. I typically spray it 4 times, 1 on this wrist, 1 on this wrist, and 2 at the back of my neck. And if I'm doing a lot of layering, I spray 1 on my chest. So it's kind of like a really bad romance that I have with this fragrance because the performance is not best. However, it just smells so good that I'm willing to go above and beyond. I'm willing to meet this fragrance more than halfway just because of how good it smells, despite its underwhelming performance. There is something mysteriously feminine about this fragrance. It's like a man who, not a metrosexual man, because that's what Tom Ford is good at doing, but it's like a man who's been around lots of strong, independent women who know what they're doing. I don't know how to explain it. But it's like the type of guy who would wear this is one, it's kind of like the second lead in every TV series, you know, the guy who doesn't end up with the girl, but he actually has his career together, he looks really good, he plays a key role in, you know, saving the protagonist's life. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's like it's not pretentious, but it could be, or it should be, and that's what makes this fragrance so unique. I discovered it actually when I was in university, so this was a while back, and I didn't think too much about it because that was when I was really into the harsh fragrances, the Terry Muglers, the Tom Ford, the Animal of the world, and anything that was a bit florally or a bit light, I kind of just dust aside as a okay fragrance. But as I'm in my mid-20s, I'm starting to appreciate fragrances like this a lot more. It's very wearable. I cannot think of a scenario where this fragrance would not suit. It's extremely versatile, and there's something thrilling knowing that it's a limited fragrance or a limited edition fragrance. It's almost like only a small community knows about it. So it's designer, it's not niche, but it's definitely not a fragrance that everyone has their hands on. And for 2018, or was it? Yeah, for last year, the fragrance releases were kind of underwhelming. So for example, the Gucci Absolute, Guilty Absolute, I had a sample of that and I was just not feeling it. And then the Tom Ford, he released a new fragrance. It starts with an A. I forget the name and I'm not gonna bother to pronounce it, but oh my goodness, I had a sample of that and it just smelled like ash, like really harsh coal, and I'm just thinking, if this is where the fragrance world is heading, I don't want to be a part of it. So I actually find myself rotating a lot of my older fragrances, or actually going to purchase fragrances that have been released prior to 2017, 2016. And this one is one that I'm so glad I was able to find and rediscover. Highly encouraged, and I'm very confident that if you make this purchase, even if it's a blind purchase, you'll be happy with it. So thanks for watching this video, and I don't know, maybe I'll release, I'm actually trying to release, I'm trying to do that thing where I am consistent, so I'm trying to release at least one video a week, because apparently you have to be consistent in order to build a community on here, and my work is going through a weird transition where I've been advised to kind of not think too much about work, and so this project, this YouTube channel, is something I think that I'm going to pay more attention to. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!